Call the meeting to order. Please rise for the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good evening, everyone. First item on the agenda for this evening is to recognize our departing council members, Veronica Hill-Milbourne and William Gallagher. Unfortunately, you guys, I know you're not going to be joining us next year, and it's always sad to say goodbye because we've had a really good 4 years. You've both been, major contributions to Horsham Township over those 4 years. We've had many good conversations. We haven't always agreed, but we've always managed to come to consensus on things. And your input, your opinions have all been valuable. And we're really personally sorry to see you go. I think you guys have done a great job for the township, for the community. I hope you stay involved. Whatever you do I know you've been very busy with work. You've been handling the medical stuff and the COVID, which is just a nightmare, and I know that's taken up a lot of your time. But I do hope that you both find a way to stay involved in the township. It would be nice to see your faces. So what we do is we have a couple of things. We have, I want to start with you, Veronica, because we have proclamations that we like to present to you. And as you know, everybody has to sign it until you get it. And as we've done in the past, we have the proclamation, but we're going to take it away from you tonight after we give it to you. But we will get it back to you in a frame as soon as Greg hasn't signed it yet. So, whereas it is honor and privilege to recognize Veronica Hill-Milbourne for her devoted service to Horsham Township and our residents as a member of Township Council. Veronica Hill-Milbourne has been a thoughtful, hardworking, and dedicated member of Horsham Township Council for the past 4 years, being instrumental in actions, initiatives, and policies that will shape our community for many years to come. Horsham Township resident for 19 years and healthcare executive, Veronica Hill-Milbourne has provided the leadership that has enabled Horsham Township to continue accomplishing its mission, to respond to the needs and desires of its citizens, provide adequate, efficient, and economical municipal services and facilities, and provide fully for the health, safety, and well-being of its people. Her years of service bring great credit to herself, her husband Michael, her children, and Horsham Township. Veronica Hill-Milbourne truly exemplifies the noble endeavor to leave a place better than what she found it when she got here, and in doing so, inspires all of us to do the same. In recognition and appreciation of her 4 years as a member of Horsham Township Council, we thank Veronica Hill-Milbourne for her outstanding leadership, applaud her for her dedicated service to our community, and wish her the very best in all your future endeavors. Veronica, thank you.
I would just like to say the last 4 years have been extraordinary. I've learned so much. It has been an honor to serve the residents of Horsham. I will forever be grateful for the experience. Thank you.
We also have PSATS has sent a certificate as well in recognition of your 4 years of service as supervisor of Horsham Township. We commend you for your selfless dedication to your community and local government, as well as your leadership, commitment, and passion for serving your fellow citizens, presented by the Pennsylvania State Association of Township Supervisors. So another thank you from the state supervisors as well. So I'm going to give these to you. We have a gift for you as well. And I guess we'll keep going and then do all pictures after.
Yeah, and then we have 2 gifts that we'll present.
Oh yeah, there's
Veronica and Bill after you get.
I hope you brought a bag. So next, Bill Gallagher. So Bill, it's an honor and privilege to recognize William Gallagher for his devoted service to Horsham Township and our residents as a member of Township Council. Bill has been a resident of 35 years and former social studies teacher at Girard College High School in Philadelphia. William Gallagher has provided the leadership that has enabled Horsham Township to continue accomplishing its mission, again, to respond to the needs and desires of its citizens, provide adequate, efficient, and economical municipal services and facilities, and provide fully for the health, safety, and well-being, I think I'd get this right after I read it once, and well-being of its people. William Gallagher has administered planning regulations with a sense of fairness and has provided invaluable leadership and guidance on many significant projects. He has continually provided courteous and comprehensive help to township officials, members of the public, and fellow township staff, and has always remained patient and understanding. His years of service bring great credit to himself, his wife Peggy, his children, and Horsham Township. William Gallagher truly exemplifies the noble endeavor to leave a place better than when he found it, and in doing so inspires all of us to do the same. And in recognition and appreciation of his 4 years as a member of Horsham Township Council, we thank William Gallagher for his outstanding leadership, applaud him for his dedicated service to our community, and wish him the very best in your future endeavors as well. Thank you, Bill. And again, a presentation from the PSATs, pretty much reading the same recognition of your 4 years of service as a supervisor for Horsham Township, Montgomery County. We commend you for your selfless dedication to your community and local government, as well as your leadership, commitment, and passion for serving your fellow citizens. Again, thank you, Bill.
Yeah, thank you, Mark. And I'd like to say that I've truly enjoyed serving with Bill, Greg, and Veronica, and you, Mark. Before I became a member of council, I knew that we had a unique, beautiful community with so many beautiful people in it. After 4 years on council, I've seen that there are even more special, beautiful people who make Horsham just an incredible place to live. And I think it's been a wonderful experience. And the only thing that I have to say is thank you to everyone that I've come in contact with. And I wish the very best going forward as you lead this beautiful community. Thank you.
Again, I just want to thank you both. Not only have you been, great leaders for the community, but we've become friends, which is even more important. And I hope to see you both, as we move forward and listen to your opinions as we go forward, because, you can never hear enough. We need all the help we can up here sometimes, right? So thank you both again, and I guess we're going to do some pictures then.
And Dennis will help it out to your cars after the meeting.
Beautiful.
But that's Keith House out of Grand Park.
Yeah, really. Yeah, that's beautiful. He painted this guy. Yeah, I love Grand Park. Yeah, I'm afraid to touch it.
You guys want to hold it?
All right, ready? 1, 2, 3.
Next, we need to recognize the retirement of Tony Stone, our Public Works Department. Bill, you want to say a few words before I read this?
Yes, sir. So this past Saturday night, I read a long list of retirements from Horsham Township over the last 24 months. And we added another one, Tony Stone, and our Public Works Department. Tony's been with us for almost 25 years in the Public Works Department. And a lot of it goes on, a lot of their work, and I know most of our audience here are public work members. And he also brought out past directors. So we have Bill Peisch, and Ian, and Dennis, and John. So, he has 4 past directors of the department. So he must have been a really good worker to draw out all these directors of the past. But sometimes, a lot of Tony's work and his fellow workers in public works goes unnoticed. It doesn't go unnoticed to us, but they're behind the scenes. And the work that Tony and his co-workers do is just amazing for the township. We know doing snowstorms, doing paving projects, the great job that Tony and everyone else does. But everything that goes on in the township, they're behind the scenes. Freezer 5K run, Carpenter Cross, Horsham Day, Project Blue Light, National Night Out. The list goes on. None of that stuff could happen if it wasn't for Tony and his co-workers. And, we talk a lot, but Tony, he leaves his family, he leaves his house in the middle of the night, on weekends, on holidays, to come here during snowstorms, to come here during floods, to come here for downed trees. So, He's an amazing guy, and with a great sense of humor, too. So you could be having a bad day and you come across Tony, and he could cheer you up real fast. So
For $5.
for 5 hours. But no, we will miss Tony. Again, you don't replace a 25-year employee. The knowledge that he knows and the work that he's done, all we can say is thank you, and we wish him a very happy, healthy, long retirement. So that we don't say goodbye, because we want him to come back and visit, come back to our appreciation dinner, holiday dinner each year. So hopefully he'll do that.
One of the great things about Horsham Township, we've said this before because we've had other people retire before you, and it's just, it always amazes me, and I think it amazes everybody, that it seems like the people that are retiring have been here 25, 30, 35, 40 years. It's dedicated. It just shows dedication to the community. And I think it's one of the most amazing things about this township is that years ago, people came here when it was still a young, growing community and stayed here and worked through it and grew with it and put their blood, sweat, and tears into it to make it what it is today. And people like yourself, we are just eternally grateful for that. So thank you, and again, we wish you the best as well on behalf of council. We do have a proclamation for you as well. It is with great pleasure that we recognize Tony Stone for his 25 years of devotion and service to our community on the occasion of his retirement as a member of our Public Works team. Tony began his career with Horsham Township as a laborer in the Highway Department in 1997, and over the years worked his way up to a truck driver. When assigned to a job, Tony was always known to go above and beyond, bring his witty sense of humor and positive attitude while working many dedicated hours to provide excellent service to the residents of Horsham Township. His service brings great credit to himself, his children, and Horsham Township. Tony has forever left a favorable impression on those who have had the pleasure of working for him. Tony has been committed through his work for the Public Works Department to make Horsham Township a better place to live, work, and play. On this occasion of your retirement, we extend you, Tony, our best wishes for all the success in your future endeavors as well. Tony, congratulations.
Thank you.
Apparently, you've got 5 hours to speak. You have anything you'd like to say, or you want to just...
I'll just say I don't have no regrets for working for Horsham Township. I had a lot of fun working here, and I had a good crew. That's all I got to say.
Good to hear. We're sad to see you go, and again, I hope that we all get to see you on the different occasions around the township as well. So, Bill, do you want to...
Yeah, we're going to, Tony, we're going to get some pictures.
Now I can get a picture?
Again, we'll get this back to you as soon as Greg signs it.
You got the check.
He's got the check. Checks just keep on coming.
No, they don't.
You can take you're going to take your mask off?
All right. Big smiles. Here we go.
All right.
You want him to hold it?
Yeah, if you want.
I'm gonna hold this, just hold that up, Tony. That's the big check.
Yeah.
What happened? Shut off here.
Camera don't work.
All right. Anybody else need to recognize?
That's it. When you have 4 directors, three retired.
I know, it's awesome, isn't it?
Pretty amazing to have many decades of directors you have at one time.
Certainly is.
All right, next item is opportunity for questions or comments.
Comments from the public? Anybody? Anybody? Going once, going twice? Go on.
This is when I come up.
Yeah, this is it.
Not up to that microphone though, right?
Well, you have to come up because we record everything, so they have
To be able to hear you.
Okay, it's my first time, so thank you.
Don't be nervous.
I am very nervous.
No audience now, so.
audience
Yeah.
behind you.
So,
Name and address, though, for the minutes.
my name is William Slaymaker, and the address is 104 Crabapple Lane in Hatboro, in Horsham Township. I am the president of the newly founded Miracle Field of Horsham, Pennsylvania. And I know that we have a supporter of Miracle Field, Mr. Gallagher, who's leaving Township. and he has been a very strong supporter of Miracle Field. So I am here just to let the rest of council know that what we are trying to do is build the finest special needs athletic facility in the country in Deep Meadow Park, and I would appreciate your continued support. I will try to attend these meetings with regularity, and it's just rather important that we see this project come to fruition. So I'm here to appeal to you that although I'm losing an advocate with Mr. Gallagher, I expect him to continue to help me with this project, and I'm appealing for your support as we move forward.
Absolutely. Bill, do you have anything to add?
And Bill, I just want to... Yeah, Bill, I just want to say that you would not believe his passion for this field. It is an incredible amount of work. But if anybody was suited to make an actual miracle in Horsham happen, this is the guy to do it. He speaks from the heart, and this is going to be such a special and beautiful facility for the special needs children in our community and beyond. And Bill, I just want to say thank you. You have done an amazing job, and we haven't even really, begun the important stages. But Bill, I think that it is expected that this could become a reality in 2023.
So this is $1 million project. We have multiple fundraising efforts underway already. The goal that I've set for the group is to put a shovel in the ground in July of 2023. So about a year and a half away. It's $1 million project. I'll also add that Horsham Little League has a rather thriving Challenger division of Little League. I think I see heads nodding, so I know that you know about the division. We have that thriving division, and it serves not only kids of Horsham Township, but it serves the surrounding community, so kids from Hatboro and Upper Moreland and all around the area will utilize the facility. We also plan to start a Wounded Veterans Baseball League. I've had some really awesome conversations with the Paralyzed Veterans Association of America. They're interested in having a all-star softball game at our facility once it opens. So there's some economic opportunity also with the field. So did I answer all those questions? I did. So again, I appreciate your support as we move forward. And again, I'm really excited to have Bill Gallagher as part of the team moving forward. So thank you.
Thank you, Bill.
And I know Bill will stay involved. Right, Bill. And real quick, Bill, I know we talked about this the other day, right?
Yes.
So
Yep.
we are moving forward with our support
Oh, yes.
and helping this group out.
Later on in your agenda, you'll be considering the 2022 budget, and in that budget, we put aside engineering costs. That's our commitment to Bill and his group is, number one, land, our park. Number two is engineering. In engineering for this project, you're probably talking $75,000 to $100,000. In addition, we're planning, it's not planned for 2022, but we're going to start measuring out, and we'll be, as part of the project, and improvements to Deep Meadow, future improvements is paving the parking lot. Paving the parking lot, adding parking lot lights similar to what we have here on this complex. So that alone is going to be, another $200,000 when that time comes. So our commitment to them is, at least right now, is at least $300,000 of improvement in cost.
Very good. Well, it's a good cause, and again, I welcome you back. Keep us updated as you move forward, just so we're, Bill keeps us updated, but you're welcome to keep us updated as well on your end, how things are going.
Thank you, sir.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
That wasn't so bad, was it? No.
A little bit.
It's fine.
It's hard to get the words out sometimes.
You did fine. You did fine. So next item is their update on the COVID-19, Bill?
The update for Horsham Township, our positivity rate is high right now at 12.69%. Montgomery County positivity rate is also up at 8.78%. But the good news is overall in the Commonwealth, 73.2% of the population has now been fully vaccinated, and 96.7% of the population has had partial vaccination in the Commonwealth. So that, with what has gone on in town and workload, as you know, I have not kept up on reasons why, of why they've creeped up the way they have in the county and township levels, but that's what the percentages are.
Okay, thank you. Next is the,
Real quick, hospitalization rate, it looks like the vaccination rate is pretty good. Is there a noticeable bump in the hospitalization rate at the local hospitals?
I'll be honest, Bill, I did not check that. Did you see anything?
Thank you. That's okay.
okay, next is your update on the PFAS issue in Horsham.
So as you know, this is your monthly update on the PFAS issue in Horsham, and anything in red is new from last month. So in our long-term remediation action plan, wells 10, 17, and 21, those are all temporary systems that have been shut down to get ready for the construction of permanent treatment systems. Those bids were awarded on October 25th, and a pre-construction meeting was held on November 30th. Number 21 is still awaiting scheduling of that removal because it requires traffic control and a crane that has to sit on Babylon Road. So that removal of the well 21 pump is, again, a little delayed for that reason. And then the Water and Sewer Authority is still coordinating with the Navy to complete the remaining off-site investigation activity at all 3 sites prior to disconnection of power. They don't have a time frame for these permanent systems, only because of the supply issue and the labor issues with the economy right now. So hopefully by the end of next year, those will be up and running. Also, with the long-term remediation action plan, well 26, they are awaiting scheduling with Calgon for change out of the carbon. Hopefully this will be the last time that we have to inconvenience the residents in the neighborhood. As you know, everyone on Greenwoods and Beaver Hill has to remove their cars from the streets because of the size of the tractor trailer that comes in for the change out. So hopefully this will be the last one. As you know, the authority is constructing that driveway off of Sawyer's Way to well 26. And that's the next bullet. So it's a 6-month construction period once the work begins, but they are in the same situation that everyone else is supply and demand. And also, they also had to do a redesign because of conflicting utilities that were unmarked during the initial survey. So that project is moving forward, and it'll be well received by the residents once that driveway is in. Well number 40, as of November 30th, they've treated 47 million gallons have been treated since the last change out in August of 2020. And the Aqua Interconnect treatment system, the influent concentrations are ranging from non-detect to 14 parts per trillion combined. The only new thing on this side is the North Wales Water Authority. Their 2.5 parts per trillion combined test results were for September 2021. No new information on that slide. Private wells, those wells that the Navy's hooking up that are below 70. There's approximately 47 properties that they're doing. Construction is scheduled bids were awarded on November 8th, and construction is going to be scheduled based upon material availability. Again, this supply issue that is global is causing lots of problems. The Park Creek Treatment Plant wastewater, the effluent monitoring results are still averaging 27.4 parts per trillion combined.
Some good news is the most recent effluent samples were 15 parts per trillion and 16 parts per trillion combined. Those are actually the lowest since June of 2021. The influent coming into the treatment plant, also very good news for November. The test result came back at 22 parts per trillion combined, and that's the lowest since February of 2020. So some pretty good results coming in. Some projects that Myria has funded for the contamination. Phase 1 of the house connections. All the homes, there's 66, all the homes have been connected, and only 4 wells remain to be permanently abandoned of the 66 connections. The lawn and sidewalk restoration is complete, and the paving restoration is anticipated to be completed by mid to late December, and final completion date under the contract is December 31st. The surge charge reimbursement, 7,673 checks totaling almost 2.3 million have been cashed. Approximately 300 property owners have not cashed their checks. The authority is reaching out to those property owners to encourage them to cash their checks. They're still attempting to locate approximately 700 property owners who sold their properties and moved out of the township sometime during the period the surcharge was in effect. So that the authority has made some progress. They sent out 3 sets of letters were sent out in the name of the former property owner at the former address in order to attempt to obtain the forwarding addresses. So they are still working at it. But at some point, which they're looking at maybe the end of this month, the uncashed refund checks and refunds to property owners that they were unable to locate will be sent over to the state for unclaimed property to just, you know, they've really worked hard. There's not much more they can do to try to find these people. The water main extensions, phase 1, McKean Road and Welsh Road and Watson Avenue. The Watson Avenue, only 2 properties to be served and both accepted offers of connection. The installation of the water main on Watson was completed in July prior to the township scheduled repaving. The installation of the water mains on McKean and Welsh Roads were completed in mid and late October. All water services have been installed and 5 of 13 homes connected as of December 3rd. And the anticipated completion is mid to late December for all homes, with final completion on December 31st. Phase 2 of water main extensions is on Davis Grove Road, Keith Valley, and Coons Lane. The installation of the water main is complete. All water services have been installed, and 2 of the 8 homes have been connected as of December 3rd. And the same schedule that we hope to have all the homes connected by mid to late December, and final completion of this project January 3rd. Navy Stormwater Management Update. As of November 30th, more than 17.19 million gallons of water has been treated at the pump and treat system at Hangar 680. And as of November 30th, with the second pump and treat system, which is fairly new at the fire training area, almost 85,000 gallons of water has been treated. On the Air Guard base, as of November 30th, over 35 million gallons of stormwater has been treated from the detention basin, and typical flows treated on a non-rainy day is about 120,000 gallons of treating a day of stormwater and groundwater, which is pretty amazing, on a non-rainy day. All sample results that they're taking are below 2 parts per trillion for PFOS and PFOA. And as I reported last month, they are working with the EPA to develop a groundwater recovery and treatment system, basically a pump and treat system like the Navy has on their side. Not a whole lot new regarding the wastewater permit. Not many updates. The biggest update is we're going to be really pushing hard out after the holidays that the National Multi-Site Health Study is currently recruiting. So we'll be getting signs around town, door hangers, flyers. We're going to be using social media, our website, our TV channel. And their goal is to recruit 1,000 adults and 300 children. And it is a pretty lengthy process to go through. It's not that you just show up and get blood.
I don't want to discourage anyone from doing it, but I just want to give everyone fair warning that it's not just you sign up, go get blood, and walk out. It's a process. So, we're going to have to work really hard to get 1,000 adults and 300 children, and I would love for most of them to be from Horsham, since we're the epicenter, but we're going to really be pushing that out after the new year through all of our social media and public relations to encourage our residents to sign up and for the study. Timeline, we've added a couple. So August 2020, long-term remediation plan fully implemented with the exception of the permanent treatment systems on wells 10, 17, and 21. And we talked about them that they're getting their permanent systems on now. February 2021, all surcharge refunds except the ones that they've been unable to find. And June through December of 2021, nearly 6,000 feet of water main installed and 73 house connections have been made with an additional 14 connections in progress. So a lot's happened over this year, but a lot has happened over the last 5 years. Nothing new on that slide, and that's my report.
Bill, anybody have any questions? All right, next is approval of minutes. Do we have a motion for November 1st, 10th, and 22nd?
Minutes as presented.
Second.
Moved in second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. Treasurer's report, Bill?
Balance in the general fund as of November 30th, 2021 is $4,561,175.70.
For the most part, the expenditures in the general fund reflect normal activity for November. As of the end of the month, we have received 113.47% of budgeted revenue and have expended 89.10% of budgeted expenses. For a more detailed presentation of our current financial position, I would refer you to your monthly booklet.
Have an approval of checks.
I move to approve the list of checks in all funds in the amount of $541,322.68, and further move to authorize payment of the same. In addition, I move to approve the check in the state aid fund in the amount of $65,447, and further move to authorize payment of the same. I move to ratify the U.S. Bank credit card transactions for the month of November 2021 in the amount of $4,115.64.
Second.
Moved in second, and all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. We have 3 zoning hearing board applications.
You have 3 residential zoning hearing board applications this evening. The first one is at 499 Harold Drive, which is in our Squires Knoll development, which is R2 zoning. It's a corner property. It's for the most part pretty simple, I think. So this is Harold Drive here. This is vestry. As council knows, when you have a corner property, both the front yard and the side yard are considered front yards. Our zoning doesn't allow any fences more than 4 feet high to be in the front yard. So they have an existing fence that's 5 feet in this section back here. But what they'd like to do is close off the backyard now, put a piece here and put a piece over here, 5 feet to match the existing fence, to have a secure backyard. Zoning just allows only 4 feet. So staff is neutral with no conditions.
Everybody okay with that?
Next one, Victoria Lane.
The next 2 are impervious. They're both exterior patios. The first one at 131 Victoria Lane, and I can definitely put this up if anyone wants it, but it's in our Victoria Glen development, which is our R4 zoning, and they would like to put in a patio, and it's an impervious coverage issue. For this zoning district, they're allowed 25%, 22.7 exists now, and if they get the variance they would like from the zoning hearing board, they would go to 27.2%, and that's under that 3% that threshold that council usually is comfortable with. So it's staff's neutral. And your last one at 501 Long Lane, also in our R4 zoning, also for an exterior patio, also impervious coverage issue. Same thing, 25% is allowed. 27.3 exists, and if they're granted their variance, it will be 27.3 because they built the patio without a permit. So now they want to cover the existing patio with a roof. And they came to us because for the roof structure, and we found out that the patio was constructed without our knowledge, so they had to go to the zoning hearing board for this additional. So there's no addition impervious. The roof is going to cover the patio, and it's still under the 3%.
Okay, everybody okay with that?
All righty. So we have one bid.
So finally, as you know, we started working on the preliminary engineering in January of 2016 for the Blair Mill Road Widening Phase 2 project. We are finally ready to go out to bid for that project. I suspect you can award it, you can authorize it this evening, and our goal is to make it by December 27th. If we don't do that, it'll be in January. But we hope to get this project under construction in early summer. As you know, it's a $5 to $7 million project with a state grant involved. So pretty exciting, long road, 5 years, 6 years before construction starts. So we're kind of on schedule. Those who were back on council back in 2016, we were told by Michael Baker International that it would probably be 6 to 8 years before construction, and that's the fast track with PennDOT. So, and us putting up most of the money. So, very exciting time that we're now ready for you to authorize to go out to bid.
All right, we have a motion.
Go ahead, Bill. I move to authorize the solicitation of bids for the Blair Mill Road Widening Phase 2 project and further authorize advertisement of same.
Second.
Moved in second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. Next is the consideration of a transportation committee called the Bridge Bill.
Yes, so this is something that came out very fast out of the Pennsylvania House. Actually, it came out after I believe it came out around November 16th, and it had a deadline of like November 30th. It was really super quick. And basically what it is that you have to submit bridges in your town for repair, replacement, restoration, and it doesn't commit us that it gets done. It's just that when funds become available, state and federal money becomes available, if a bridge in your town isn't on it, then the funding might not be available for the project. So there's 2 bridges in town that we constantly talk about. One is right here on Horsham Road in front of Kohler Park. And the reason why Horsham Road was not widened back in the PPP project 20 years ago now was because of the cost to replace that bridge, to widen that bridge across Park Creek. So I put that bridge in. You have a sheet of, that's a $10 million, just the bridge itself, $10 million to replace that bridge so you can make 4 to 5 lanes coming up Horsham Road. That bridge, as well as Keith Valley Road Bridge. The Keith Valley Road Bridge is a county-owned bridge, but we also know that unless you replace that bridge, you can't fix the flooding. It's not the permanent fix. You have to replace the bridge and also raise the road up on Keith Valley to stop it from being closed for flooding reasons. So those are the 2 bridges I submitted by November 30th. What you would be doing this evening is just sort of ratifying them in the official minutes of the township. So if funding ever became available, or we wanted to finish the widening of Horsham Road between Babylon and this project that starts in 2023, that's going to come down and widen Horsham Road down to the township building. You only have this short segment between the township building and Babylon Road to make Horsham Road 5 lanes. We would have that bridge on the list to assist us with funding.
Okay, sounds like a
So
plan.
again, no commitments. There's no financial commitment to the township. It's just if you don't have these bridges on, we lose an opportunity if something pops up in the future on us.
Okay, we have a motion.
I move to submit the Horsham Road Bridge and the Keith Valley Road Bridge to the PA House Transportation Committee's Transportation Capital Budget Project Bill.
Second.
Been moved and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. We need to consider resolution reappropriating our unexpended funds.
You see this at the end, at your last meeting before you adopt the budget, and all this resolution does is required by the auditors, that if you have expenditure accounts, that were in the black, you gotta have a revenue account that covers them. So, you see in the list, there's 5 accounts, that were in the black, and we have a revenue account 310, that was in the red, so that account covers for those. It's just an auditing requirement.
We have a motion.
I move to adopt the resolution as proposed, reappropriating unexpended funds in the general fund.
It's been moved and seconded. This is a roll call vote.
Mr. Gallagher, how do you vote?
Aye.
Ms. Hill Milborn, how do you vote?
Aye.
Mr. Whiteside, how do you vote?
I vote aye.
And Mr. McCouch, how do you vote?
Aye.
Motion passes unanimously.
Okay, next, we've reviewed this budget of ours for the, I guess, 3 or 4 times now. I guess we're ready to vote on it tonight.
I hope so, otherwise you have to have another meeting.
All right, let's vote on it.
It is a no tax increase. It's a balanced budget still at 1.3 mils. The final number is $19,102,046.
We have a motion.
I move to adopt the 2022 budget and tax levy ordinance as proposed.
Second.
Been moved and seconded. This is a roll call vote.
Mr. Gallagher, how do you vote?
Aye.
Ms. Hill Milborn, how do you vote?
Aye.
Mr. Whiteside, how do you vote?
I vote aye.
And Mr. McCouch, how do you vote?
Aye.
Motion passes unanimously.
Okay, the last item is to announce the date and time for our annual reorganizational meeting, which will be Monday, January 3rd, 2022, 7 p.m., right here in the Township Building. And finally, since this is your last meetings, again, and I wish you both very well, would one of you like to make a motion to adjourn, and the second one second it?
I moved that we adjourn the meeting.
Second.
Thank you both very much. Best of luck to both of you. This meeting adjourned.